Hi everyone, we are on our very last little row of cupcakes from this page from Small Victories by Johanna Basford, and we're going to have a go at these two today. So let's come in. Oh, before I go in, I'm just going to talk about the cases because I've got a bit of a pattern going on. So we have a horizontal stripe on here and on here and on here. So this will be a horizontal striped cupcake case, yeah. And here we have a plain one, and a plain one. So our plain one will be there. And then we have vertical stripes there and there and there, which means this is our vertical stripe one. And the last one is a horizontal stripe, which is there and there and there. Oh no, is a crosshatch, sorry, which is there, there and there. So this is going to be a crosshatch one here. Okay, and this one will be our vertical stripe. So I just want to mix it up a bit in a non-random way. So that's how I'm doing it. So let's come in nice and closely. So we won't have any guesswork with regards to the cupcake case, although colour-wise I like to match it in with the cake icing and things. So we'll have to think about that. Right, all of the cupcakes all the way down this column are all pink in one way or another, which is quite interesting. I'm not going to worry about necessarily sticking to that for this one though. I'm thinking let's go a sort of lemon yellow icing just so it's really different, just to start with. So we do have a lemon yellow, which is art number 12, and I'm going to grab that and so do some lemon. Sorry, my page wants to move around. And make sure it's quite sharp. You've got to move around all these little bits, I'm assuming sweets, candies. So I'm trying to make sure it doesn't look like it's cream, that it actually looks like lemon. I think it's quite fun. And what I'm going to do is I might make the sweets all lemon and lime, so we have a sort of green and yellow theme. I won't use this exact colour though, I'll use a brighter yellow I think, and then a lime green. So we just got a bit of something a bit different, because our whole, as I said, the whole row of these was had pink in. So we had a sort of one with sprinkles that was pink, one with fruit that was pink, and one with sort of raspberry chocolatey thing going on. So I wanted them to look all a little bit different. So that's the plan here. So there is our, it doesn't look that lemony on camera, it looks quite orangey, but to my eye it does, so I'm not sure if it's just my screen. So lemon sweets, I'm thinking I might use the yellow, number 1. It's a bit brighter, so it'll look a little bit different to the icing, which I think it should be brighter than the icing. So we've got number 1. And I am going to do, let me look, we've got squares and circles, we've got big and small. I think I'm going to do it random because there's sort of a lot less of some than others. Let's do the little circles first and then see what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 6 big circles and 3 squares. I know, we'll do 3 colours. So there's our circles. Then we have got, there is a colour called lime green, I think. 53. Yeah, let's use that. It's the 53. It's quite a light green. And we'll do that for the bigger circles. Hopefully that will look a little bit limey. It's quite fluorescent almost, neon-y. But that's good. So is the yellow. So I'm happy with that. Staedtler actually sell a set of neon fluorescent pencils. I think it could be these, to be honest. And I'm also going to use 50, which is another green, because I don't really have another yellow. And because we've got yellow icing, I think it will all be a bit too much. 50 is our willow green, but I think if I layer it up a bit, you'll be able to see that it's different to the other one, not too much darker. There we go. And I think for our case we'll do a stripe of yellow and green got to choose which green. I think I'll stick with this 50. Oh, hang on, what have we got? Oh, we've got a crosshatch going on this one. What should we do? Okay, I'm going to do the downward stripes with this still and then do the cross ones in yellow. I think that'll look best. And then I know we've still got to do the cake itself, which I can probably... Oh, excuse me. Oh, husband was on the phone wanting to just check and see if son needed a lift home from uni. But at the moment, looks like the trains are all running, so we're all fine. I think he'll be okay. And he doesn't really want to wait for his dad to give him a lift, because otherwise he'll be really late and starving. He ate his lunch a bit early because he was hungry. I'm going to use the number 1 for the other stripe. It's a slightly brighter yellow. I'm hoping that when I use it, it'll make these pop out a bit more, these round ones. It may not, but I'm going to try and use it quite intensely, layering it up a bit so that you can really see it. It will look quite neony, but that's okay, I don't mind. Yeah, but anyway, I did check the trains and it all looks good, so that's nice. We haven't got any train strikes at the moment, but they haven't given them the pay rise they asked for, so it's probably going to happen at some point. The cake, let me think. I think I am going to use the light ochre 117 for the cake. I don't know if I've used this one for the cake before. I like to mix it up a bit just so you can see what different combos look like. Now I'm going to use this with caution, because if you burnish a yellow or any pencil down too far, you can't layer on top. And I want to do my little scumbling trick on the top, so I don't want it too intense, but there is our base. I'm happy with that. But I want a brownish colour for our I think I'm going to use 703 Rosewood. Let's really mix it up. I'm not sure we've used this one before for this for the cake. Oh, it's really hard to read, isn't it? And just scum it over gently, little circling movements, and it will have the effect of gently darkening the cake, because it wouldn't probably be as light as I coloured it, but also to add a sort of slightly textury crumb look to it, which I think is good. I'm going to put a little bit of a darker layer underneath that icing slash buttercream, whatever it is. There we go, and then just go back over again and hope that we've created something that looks vaguely like a cake. I'm happy with that. Okay, our next one that we have sprinkles. Now this has to have the cake, a stripy cake case. No, we've just done a stripy. Oh, I did the stripy one wrong, didn't I? It was supposed to be crosshatch, not stripy. Hang on. Oh, did you shout at me? Right, back to 50. We'll do some across ones. We'll make it into yellow and green. I'll make it work. Because I was on the phone, got all distracted. It's quite difficult getting it on top of that yellow, because I burnished it quite hard. I think I can just about get away with it. Almost. I'm going to go over it again. It's amusing me anyway, I'm sorry. Giggling away. There we go. It's almost there. So this is our vertical stripe cake with sprinkles. Now what should we do? We've got a dribbly icing on this one, so there's no cake itself to colour. We could do a mix of pinks, purples, red. I don't think we've done any red icing yet. Let's do some red. It's a bit different, isn't it? Maybe we don't do red icing and that's why. This is $2.99. It is the Carmine Dark. I'm going to use that for this bit down here. I don't know why, but I think this bit should be red. Maybe it's a Valentine's cake. I just think it's, I don't know, a bit different. And it looks a bit more like it's a sort of sauce or a jam. Jelly? Jam. See, jam and jelly aren't the same thing, so I've discovered. So jelly, I think, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, all you Americans who know far more than me. A jam, I think, has like seeds in it and fruit, whereas a jelly is completely smooth, so it's sort of made of a fruit puree. And then we also in the UK get something called a preserve, and I don't know what, it's like a preserved fruit. So I think it's almost thicker and fruitier than a jam, I think, but I couldn't be 100% sure. And yeah, so this I don't think is, I think this is like a sauce where I've accidentally put too much on. It's gone, oh, it looks quite pretty. What are we going to do on top of that? It almost looks like a scoop of ice cream, this, doesn't it? I could do it like vanilla. Yeah, let's do that. What we've been using, number 10, I think, our light yellow. This is our lightest yellow, so we want to just use a small amount. Actually, I'm going to sharpen that. We've got all those sprinkles to colour. In fact, better idea, I'm going to colour the sprinkles first. I am going to colour them only in a couple of colours. I'm going to do the strands in chocolate. So I'm grabbing 76 because it's the sharpest. Van Dyke, it was a toss-up between 76 and 77. They're much of a muchness when it comes to providing a chocolate colour, I think. So do chocolate strands like that. And then, you know, these others could be hundreds and thousands. But, I think I will do this colour first. I need to sharpen. It is our number 23, which is the Bordeaux. Okay, 23, so it's not going to be quite as red as this. I might just do all of them in this colour. It's a bit lazy, but it's easy. There we go. Because we're doing this pale colour on top, I'm grabbing the 10 again there. Should be okay. Now we don't want this too dark because it will look yellow. I want it to look creamy and vanilla-y. Hopefully, just by doing a lightish layer, we can achieve that. Now, be careful around these darker ones. They shouldn't smudge, but it's always wise to try and not to colour too much over them. And also, I don't think they will smudge those, you probably can. But you want to try and make sure you get right up to the edge as well, so maybe colouring over them is probably better. Yeah, there we go. So there is our sort of vanilla-y bit. On the top, thinking that carmine looks quite like, I'm going to use the pink. Oh. Right, I am back after being on the phone and I am trying to work out what I was doing. I've got number 25 pink. Was I going to do the case or the icing with this? I'm going to do the ice case. Yeah, my mum gave me a ring and I'm just going to do really light stripes, I think. Keep it pretty. Yeah, she was just cooking her lunch and she gave me a quick call. But she was fine. She just wanted a bit of a natter, which was nice. There we go. I'm going to leave that like that and I'm going to do the cream on the top as chocolate. I could use the same colour as the sprinkles, but I think I'll go a bit lighter. I think I'll go 7, the light brown. I think I'll do that. Now I think where we've got these lines drawn, I'm going to make that a little bit darker, sort of on the edge there, and then a bit lighter towards the centre. Like that. I wouldn't normally do that with chocolate buttercream, but I think because that's how it's drawn, that's why I'm doing it. We don't want to leave any white because there wouldn't be a white shine. Just going to go over that a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to work out if I want a bit of shadow, and I think I do. I'm going to grab the number 8, which is our grey. I can put in a little bit of shadow. It might not even show up. I'm thinking underneath here, really gently, because we're on this pale, very pale yellow. There. A little bit here. Could be a bit darker, that bit and that one. And then under here. Try and keep it really close to the black line. Then we can do a bit under here as well on the cupcake case. Again, I'm going to try and keep this quite light because our case is such a light and delicate colour. Obviously some of it not even being coloured in. I have left white on some of the others. I don't know if you can see very well, but just a little bit of pale grey around the edges. There we go. Now I'm going to get a white pen to do a few finishing touches. Let's pop it into the middle so you can see both. Now I had thought I wasn't going to do any at all on this lemon and lime, but I think I'm going to do a little bit on the edges of these. I'm not going to worry about doing it on the yellow ones, it won't show up. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm not going to do it on the buttercream because it wouldn't be shiny, but the sprinkles would be. Just the tiniest bit, dot dot dot, really light. And then because this is like a thick, I'm going to just do a bit of shine on there. I think because it's more like a sort of cream, or more like a sort of syrup jam sauce type thing, so I think it'd be shiny. But there we go, there are those two for today. Sorry about all the interruptions, and I'm a little bit confused. Probably hasn't turned out how I planned because I've got so many phone calls, but there we go. We are done. We've got 2 left, so I have to have a plan about what to do with those, but for now, thank you for watching. Hoping that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.